I had a really bad day the other day. When I woke up at 6 a.m. on the dot, I was really tired because that's when my alarm went off, really exhausted. I got into the car, went to go to work, and lo and behold, straight into a traffic jam. So I rocked up at work about 10 minutes late for a really important meeting. To make matters worse, 10 minutes into the meeting, my phone rings with some stupid Justin Bieber ringtone that somebody thought would be hilarious to put on my phone. It disrupted everyone. And when I called back after the meeting, I found out that I'd missed paying a bill, and it cost me another $20 in a late fee. After work, I'm on my way home, and I've realised I'm almost out of petrol. So what did I do? I went to the first petrol station I found, filled up. Sure enough, 5 k's down the road, there's a petrol station with petrol 5 cents a litre cheaper. So these are really common frustrations that everybody's had. I mean, that's a particularly bad day, but it makes me question why we still have this kind of trouble. So I'm going to give you an alternative scenario. My alarm goes off at exactly 5:53 when it works out that I'm sleeping really lightly, so I wake up feeling refreshed. When I pick up the phone to turn it off, it tells me I've been paid overnight and I've got these bills due. Would I like to pay them now? So I touch yes. I go downstairs, I have some breakfast, reading the paper, and my phone beeps again and tells me that there's been a traffic jam or an accident on the M1, and maybe I should take Logan Road instead. But because I've got a meeting really early in the morning, I should probably leave now because it takes a bit longer. So I pack up my things and go to work, and sure enough, get there perfectly on time. As I'm walking into the office, my phone notices that I'm at work because of the wireless signal. It sends a message to my computer, which turns it on, which has a look to see that I have a meeting early in the morning, and prints out an agenda while I go and get a coffee. On the way back to the meeting, I pick up the agenda, and sure enough, I'm there plenty of time. No phone call in the middle of it, no missed bill. When I get into my car's been tracking my movements, realises I'm probably out of petrol pretty soon, and gives me a map to the nearest petrol station with cheap fuel. So that's a much, much better scenario, and that's the kind of software that I like to call participative software. And it's software that actively participates in your life and gives you suggestions rather than just reacting to what's happening. And if there's one thing I want you to take out of this, it's that this isn't future technology. This is technology that, for about 70% of an audience like this, is in your pocket right now, or you're probably using it to tweet something horrible. So it's not future tech, it's here right now. And if it's here right now, it's available because of all the data that's available, as well as the technology. The data's everywhere. You've got news, you've got maps, you've got traffic information. Your phone tracks can track your movements, your bank account balances, your contacts, everything about you. And combining this data can give you some great stuff. So where is it? If this is all available, why isn't anybody doing it? And there's a few reasons. One reason is that there's a bit of a security thing here. And if your phone's tracking everyone, like, I'm excited about this stuff. My fiancée is a lot less excited about this kind of stuff. She doesn't want her phone telling her where she's been and leaving that information on her phone for somebody else to find. And that's a legitimate concern. What happens if somebody does find your phone? Or where does that data go? How can you be sure that it's all being secured? So I don't want to play that one down at all. That's a legitimate concern, but it's something that's starting to be overcome. And I need a prompt for the next one. The other thing is the data is all there. It's everywhere, but it's not always freely available. Sometimes you have to pay for it. Sometimes it's a little bit wrapped up in things. So it's a task to get this data out sometimes and to use it in an effective way. And again, that tide is changing. But ultimately, the reason this kind of software isn't around is a marketing problem and a supply and demand problem. If people don't want it, or if people aren't asking for it, or even aware that it can be done, then it won't get sold. Nobody's going to make it. So if you're excited about this stuff as much as I am, ask for it. Ask why your phone can't read out your SMSs while you're driving, or why your phone can't beep at you as you pass your bank's ATM because it knows you took $50 out last week and that's your pattern. Why can't it do that kind of stuff? And the tide is changing. Google has some great labs and even some stuff built into Gmail, making sure you've got the right person in your email and that kind of thing. And if you're a developer, which I'm sure a few people here are, there are a lot of tools that you can actually use that can get you started on this kind of thing. Everything that I mentioned in that scenario is technically possible with some of these tools. You do need a jailbroken iPhone, obviously, if you're going to do anything cool with it. So that's me. I'm a recent senior software architect with SSW, and these are some ways you can contact me. Obviously, the slides are freely available, so I'd love to hear from you on this kind of thing. Thank you.